get him. Opening remarks. Thank you, Judge Jarvis. The word asshole in today's society is used very leniently. Bob, you are an asshole. Todd, you're an asshole. Rob, you're an asshole, but it's fun. It's done out of fun. But we all really know the real definition of the word asshole. Is an asshole mean? Yeah. Does an asshole have an anger control problem? Yes, again. Does an asshole inflict pain on another for no apparent reason? Yes, again. We come to believe that Mr. Dick is an asshole. And today we will be proving it with various cronies and doctors. So, if the court does not find that Mr. Dick is an asshole here today, God help us all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Green. Mr. Lopenberg, anything in response?
Seems as there's no boy in town. Seems Blaine Green. Some people call him Houdini. Others call him Mickey Mouse. He's got some tricks up his sleeve. Plays some games. He uses toys. He'll tickle your senses. He'll touch your balls.
This is about
Mr. Lopenberg.
Believe me, sir.
It's about me.
No. I intend to show the court today that this is just another passerby mistake on a kind-hearted, average man such as Richard Dick. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lopenberg. Very well. Mr. Green, first witness.
Prosecution would like to call Stephen Benson to the stand. Mr. Benson, why don't you enlighten the court and tell us your relationship with Richard Dick?
I'm Richard's parole officer.
You are his parole officer.
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Dick has been in jail.
Yes, sir.
In your professional opinion, professional parole officer opinion, would you consider Mr. Dick to be an asshole?
Yes, sir.
Prosecution rests.
Thank you very much, Mr. Green. Mr. Lopenberg, do you have any questions for Mr. Benson?
Thank you, Judge Jarvis. Yes, I do. Now, my first accusation would be, say, perjury on your part.
Objection, Your Honor.
No, sir.
There's no grounds for perjury.
Sustained.
Grounds. If you're going to continue to slanderize the professional division of this court of law, then I will have to suggest that Judge Jarvis puts you in your rightful place.
Mr. Lopenberg, could you get to the point?
So, Mr. Benson, in your field of business, you have met many inmates, many characteristics, many problem children of America's youth. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
So, would you say that Mr. Dick is in fact the alleged asshole?
Sir, in my personal and professional opinion, Mr. Dick is.
Lopenberg, stupid fuck! Why'd you ask him that?
Order! Order, Mr. Dick, contain yourself.
Let me have a little moment of privacy with my client, if you will.
Very well, Mr. Benson, you are excused from the witness stand.
Community college? Did you go to? Are you even a lawyer?
We would like to call the amazing Dr. Nutfudge.
Very interesting case, Mr. Dick. Suffers from shell shock, falls into seizures, very violent man, very violent behavior. Very interesting subject, Vietnam War. You see that a lot.
You're a psychiatrist too, aren't you?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. There is law in America that psychologists cannot talk about the patients.
Mr. Lopenberg, he has been summoned to a court of law. Mr. Lopenberg. Mr. Green, continue.
Have you broken any grounds with Mr. Dick? Has
Well,
there been any sort of healing
I
at
wouldn't
all?
exactly say that we broke any grounds. In a little treatment, I think we can study this a little more in depth. The soul.
Objection, Your Honor.
He's fucking lying.
One final question. Then it's your witness and you can establish whatever you'd like.
Thank you.
Dr. Nutfudge, in your professional, outstanding, brilliant opinion, to this day, is Mr. Dick still an asshole?
through the studies that we found, his behavior and the way he reacts to things, yes.
Let the court show that the brilliant doctor thinks he's an asshole.
Thank you very much, Mr. Green. Mr. Lopenberg, your witness.
Yes, man, I'm through here today. I'd like to ask you a simple question. What is the name of the defendant here today?
Mr. Richard Dick.
Mr. Richard Dick. Now, it would seem to me that a man with that name would probably have talent come along with it.
Not necessarily. Stupid!
Did you just call me stupid?
Damn, I was calling him stupid!
Objection, Your Honor, he called you stupid.
Quiet!
Fuck!
Mr. Lopenberg!
Your Honor, my point today is I would like to prove that from egotistical viewpoints of size of the human body, different parts, if you will, the witness on the stand today is in fact jealous for the defendant.
Mr. Lopenberg, this is all irrelevant. Buck,
Yes, sir.
you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do, sir.
I'll remember that. Mr. Lopenberg, by all means, enlighten us.
But you are, correct me if I'm wrong, one of Mr. Dick's cronies.
Yes, sir.
Could you please define for the court today the definition of crony?
I don't really know the definition of a crony, sir.
You would depict it as to be some kind of formal acquaintance.
I suppose you could say we're his backup, his boys, or his friends.
His friends. Yes. So my final question for you today is: can an asshole, in fact, have a friend?
Objection, Your Honor. Trick question.
Overruled.
An asshole can have friends, but Mr. Dick is no asshole.
Mr. Green.
Buck. Buck.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Lopenberger was right about one thing. A crony is an acquaintance. It's supposed to be a pal. A buddy, a chum. And like you said, you got his back. But Mr. Dick did not live up to his end of the bargain, did he? No, he did not.
We're friends.
On what grounds, Mr.
The
Lopenberg?
grounds are indeed the lack of documentation the young Mr. Green has been able to present to us.
Your Honor,
Mr. Green is working to establish that definition.
Thank you, Judge Jarvis. Buck.
Yes, sir.
So, you're saying Mr. Dick has never laid a finger on you or any of the other cronies?
Well, we play.
You play!
People lay fingers on people in the common acts of every day.
Okay, that's withdrawn. Withdrawn. I don't even need that.
Very well. Strike that.
Buck!
Ah! The judge!
Order in my court!
Asshole!
Correct yourself! Did you bring drugs, illicit drugs into my courtroom? Mr. Dick, put the joint out immediately.
Cigarette.
It's out.
Finish your question, Mr. Green. My patience is growing short.
Okay.
Amusing little tirade.
Very well. Hey, I'm on your side.
Mr. Dick!
Order! Buck! Me and the court have had enough of your crony lies. Mr. Dick beat you. We have it on camera. He beat you! Camera, admit it now! You're on your own.
Answer the question!
Did he beat you?
He beat us! No!
Mr. Lopenberg, could you approach the bench, please? What you're trying to pull in here, but it is mockery, it is disrespectful, it is not amusing, and I'm growing very tired. The case is going nowhere. You have nothing insightful to say.
This man's obviously an asshole.
Obviously. What? How did you pass the bar exam? Where did you get your license?
Alright. Hold on, plea bargain. Plea bargain? You cheap fucking quarter pointing fucking attorney!
Order in my court!
Plea bargain!
I can have a word with you. No, the state doesn't want to talk about this murder. This man should be locked up in a zoo somewhere, studied.
Excuse me! I'm over here! Hello!
Order, Mr. Dick!
Hello!
Rodney! is asking that we get a very large cage and put Mr. Dick in the zoo.
This is Wyoming.
Case will continue. Take your seats. Let the games go on.
Well, Your Honor, I would like to call my final witness, Mrs. Dick.
Oh, shit.
Mrs. Dick, you've been married to Richard 21 years, is this correct?
It is.
You've been married for a reason. The way I was raised to know is that people get married because they're in love. Have you, in fact, been in love with Mr. Dick in your lifetime?
Mr. Dick is my husband. We took vows. Answer the question, Mrs. Dick.
Mrs. Dick, Richard has been at your side for over 2 decades. Could you please answer the question as honestly as possible?
I do not love him.
You stupid bitch! You fucking lying bitch!
It's tight, Mr. Dick. It's very tight.
Mrs. Dick, you know that you love him.
I don't. I don't.
No!
I can't.
You fucking asshole!
An average night at the Dick home. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mrs. Dick sitting around doing her crossword puzzles that she loves to do so very much. She's a lovely lady. Mr. Dick, nowhere to be found. Dinner on the table. No Mr. Dick. Mrs. Dick must eat for 2.
The objection, Your Honor.
Depression.
The prosecution knows the whereabouts of Mr. Dick on any particular evening.
Overruled. He's arranging a premise.
So Mrs. Dick eats Mr. Dick's food. Depressed. It's 2 a.m. Mr. Dick walks in with 2 cronies. They're drunk. They're all drunk. And whores.
Whores.
Yeah, they smell of whores, definitely.
Objection, Your Honor.
And what grounds, Mr. Lopenberg?
The prosecution cannot determine what another man smelled like in his past.
Sustained.
Judge Jarvis, I'm almost done.
Go ahead.
Wrap it up, Mr. Green.
Okay. So there they are, the drunk cronies, Mr. Dick and Mrs. Dick. The cronies pass out, or he beats them, one of the two. Then he beats his wife and fucks her in the ass. No further questions.
Very well. You're excused, madam. There's no further interruptions or arguments in this little circus act we've entertained. Closing statements, Mr. Green.
I really like college basketball. Pretty interesting sport. I love it when they dunk it. You might be wondering why I'm talking about college basketball.
I believe we all are.
The reason that I'm talking about college basketball is that I can talk about midget pornos. I could talk about drag racing with Hot Wheels. I could talk about whatever I want. That's not going to change the fact that they have no case. They didn't have a case at the beginning. They don't have a case now. This man is an asshole. He should be locked in a zoo and studied.
What could you possibly have to say?
Judge Jarvis, thank you. I do have a closing statement of my own. You see that all we have recognized today is that there are fraudulent statements and has-beens and if-whats and where-whos all around, flying around. Now, I would like to bring up the point that the young Miss Blaine Green has in fact touched some balls in this courtroom.
Mr. Lopenberg, these are personal attacks. They are irrelevant to this case. They have no bearing upon any witnesses or any evidence that we've had across this court this entire evening. What are you doing? Take a seat. I do not wish to hear from you again.
Your Honor, I wish to approach the bench.
This fucking lawyer dude is fucking head. Swear to God, and him.
Mr. Dick,
I wish
gather your thoughts and address me with some sort of
Not
question
once
or
have they
response.
asked me to get on the stand to tell my own story. That's all I want to do. The truth.
Objection.
Fuck you!
We've already been here all day. We'll hear it. Make it brief. Make it to the point. I have a family I wish to go home to.
You're all gonna hear what I have to say. I was in Vietnam. What makes this with my fucking mind? I've served my country. Parole, narcotics, women, sex, drugs,
Mr.
every
Dick,
charge.
control yourself.
Flashback. Not until 1999 when everything was just so tampon, I'm labeled an asshole. Do you know how many fucking dogs I killed?
Mr. Dick, that's quite enough. Take a seat. Your testimony has been heard, and it is very suspect. I will deliberate in my court.
I am not an asshole.
Court will recess for 15 minutes for deliberation. I can't make any sense of this. Fudge packing. Shell shot. It's been nothing controversial. It's Mr. Dick. All rise. Be seated, be seated. Today's events, very enlightening, very entertaining. More entertaining than enlightening. I deliberated shortly for a good reason. There's no deliberation in this case. All evidence points in one direction. Is irrevocable. It is undeniable. Mr. Dick, I find you guilty of being an asshole.
What?
An asshole you are.
What?
Your sentence.
You fucking motherfucker! You fucking bitch! Fucker! You fuckers! You thought you could fuck with Mr. Dick, huh? I showed all of you! You're all fucking dead!
Court is adjourned.